What if I told you that in just 30 days your life could look completely different? That success, confidence, and purpose aren't reserved for a lucky few, but for those who master the right habits. Look around you. Why do some people rise to the top while others stay stuck? Is it luck? Is it talent? No. The difference is habits. Success is not an accident. It is the result of daily intentional actions. And today I'm going to reveal 5 powerful habits that have transformed the lives of the most successful people in history. If you commit to these 5 habits, your life will never be the same again. Let's begin. Your life is a direct reflection of the habits you practice daily. Every action you take, whether big or small, contributes to the direction of your life. The problem is that most people underestimate the power of habits. They believe that success is based on luck, talent, or circumstances, but in reality, it is built through consistent and intentional actions repeated over time. If you look at the most successful individuals in history, you will notice a common theme. They were not simply born great. They developed habits that made them great. Imagine 2 people standing at the starting line of life. One person is filled with potential but lacks structure, drifting from one thing to another, reacting to whatever life throws at them. The other person is just as ordinary, but they decide to take control of their daily actions. They develop routines that lead them toward growth, discipline, and progress. Fast forward 5 years. Who do you think would have achieved more? The one who intentionally built the right habits. Habits are the foundation of everything you do. Every choice you make, whether conscious or unconscious, determines the direction of your life. Many people fail not because they lack the ability, but because they lack the discipline to create the right routines. They waste time on distractions, scrolling endlessly on their phones, indulging in temporary pleasures, and neglecting the simple, powerful habits that could change their future. Success is not found in a single breakthrough moment. It is found in the things you do consistently. Think about this. If you wake up every morning and start your day with intention, planning your goals, and focusing on productive actions, where will you be in a year? Now compare that to someone who wakes up with no plan, simply reacting to their environment, spending hours on things that do not contribute to their growth. The gap between these 2 individuals will not be obvious in a day or even a week. But over time, that gap will become so wide that one will be thriving while the other is struggling. Why do most people struggle to build powerful habits? The reason is simple. Bad habits are easy and good habits require effort. It is easy to hit the snooze button, easy to waste time, easy to avoid discipline. But the cost of these easy choices is a life filled with regret, missed opportunities, and unfulfilled potential. On the other hand, building powerful habits requires effort, commitment, and persistence. The cost of discipline may feel hard at first, but the rewards are immeasurable. The truth is, your future is being shaped right now by the small choices you make every day. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your habits. The most successful people are not necessarily the most talented. They are simply the ones who have mastered the ability to control their actions, focus on what truly matters, and build habits that push them forward instead of holding them back. Think about any area of your life that you want to improve: your health, your finances, your relationships, your mindset. None of these will improve by accident. They will only improve when you decide to take control and implement small, consistent habits that lead to success. If you want to change your life, do not look for overnight success or shortcuts. Instead, focus on the daily routines that shape your mindset, your actions, and ultimately, your destiny. Most people live their lives on autopilot, repeating the same patterns every day, expecting different results. But real transformation begins the moment you take responsibility for your habits. The moment you realize that success is not a matter of chance, but a matter of choice. The question is, Will you continue drifting through life, or will you take control and start building the habits that will lead you to the life you truly desire? Most people go through life feeling stuck, frustrated, and unfulfilled, yet they never stop to ask themselves why. They wake up every morning, go through the same routines, face the same struggles, and wonder why nothing ever changes. They blame circumstances, other people, or even fate, believing that success and happiness are out of their control. But the real reason they stay stuck is simple. They never take control of their habits. Instead of shaping their day with intention, they allow life to happen to them. They react instead of taking action, and as a result, they remain trapped in cycles of frustration, procrastination, and missed opportunities. Success does not happen by accident. The people who achieve great things in life do so because they have built habits that support their growth. They do not wait for motivation to strike or for the perfect moment to arrive. They understand that the small choices they make each day determine their future. On the other hand, those who struggle often find themselves caught in destructive habits, waking up late, spending hours on distractions, avoiding hard work, and making excuses for why they cannot change. Over time, these habits become their reality, and they begin to believe that success is something that happens to other people, not them. One of the biggest reasons people stay stuck is that they never take responsibility for their actions. They look for external factors to blame: bad luck, lack of opportunities, or the people around them, rather than recognizing that their own daily decisions are the root cause of their struggles. The truth is, your life is a direct reflection of your habits. If you feel stuck, it is not because the world is against you. It is because you have fallen into patterns that are keeping you in the same place. Until you take control of those patterns, nothing will change. Another reason people fail to break free from their struggles is that they focus too much on the big picture and not enough on the daily steps required to get there. They dream about success, talk about their goals, and make plans for the future, but they never put in the consistent effort needed to make those dreams a reality. They wait for the right time to start, when they have more money, more time, or more motivation. But the right time never comes. Meanwhile, those who succeed understand that progress is built one small step at a time. They do not wait for the perfect moment. They take action every single day, no matter how small. Fear is another powerful force that keeps people stuck. The fear of failure, the fear of judgment, and even the fear of success can paralyze them into inaction. They convince themselves that it is safer to stay where they are, even if they are unhappy, rather than risk stepping into the unknown. But what they do not realize is that staying in the same place is also a risk. Every day spent avoiding growth is a day lost, a day they will never get back. The most successful people understand that failure is not something to fear, it is something to learn from. They embrace challenges, push through discomfort, and refuse to let fear dictate their future. The reason most people stay stuck is that they never commit to real change. They want results without putting in the work. They want a different life, but they are not willing to let go of the habits that are holding them back. Change is uncomfortable, but it is necessary. If you want to transform your life, you must take responsibility for your actions, stop waiting for the perfect time, and push past your fears. The power to break free is in your hands, but only if you are willing to take the first step. Every day we are faced with opportunities and challenges that can either propel us forward or hold us back. The truth is, most people waste countless opportunities because they fail to recognize the urgency of change. They convince themselves that they have all the time in the world, that they can start tomorrow, or that things will improve on their own. But time is a non-renewable resource. Every day wasted is a step further from your potential. If you do not act now, you risk allowing the months and years to slip by, leaving you with nothing but regret and unfulfilled dreams. Change doesn't happen when you feel like it. It happens when you make the decision to start, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. Think about how much time you've spent thinking about your dreams, your goals, and the life you want to create. If you've been thinking about it for months or even years, that's time you can never get back. Yet how often do we fall into the trap of waiting for the right time to make a move? We think we need more knowledge, more money, or more experience before we can take that first step. But the truth is, there will never be a perfect moment. The perfect moment is the one you create by taking action today. If you wait for everything to line up, you may find yourself waiting forever. One of the biggest mistakes people make is that they put off their goals, thinking they have time to work on them later. They procrastinate, making excuses for why now isn't the right time. Maybe they tell themselves they'll start next week, next month, or after a big event happens. But the problem with that mindset is that time keeps ticking away, and life doesn't stop for anyone. Every day you delay is a day lost, and every day lost brings you further from your dreams. Time is constantly moving forward, and if you don't seize the moment, you risk finding yourself in the same place a year from now, still waiting for the right time. Success is built on the foundation of urgency. The most successful people in the world don't wait for opportunities to come to them. They create their own opportunities by acting decisively and without hesitation. They know that every small step counts, and that taking action now, even if it's not perfect, is far better than waiting for things to align perfectly. These individuals understand that nothing great happens without momentum, and momentum starts the moment you decide to move. Every decision you make, every action you take, contributes to the momentum that will drive you toward your goals. The urgency of change also applies to personal growth. If you're waiting for a day when you feel ready to improve yourself or face your challenges, that day may never come. Growth requires action, and action requires urgency. If you want to grow, you must start now, whether you feel ready or not. Waiting for the perfect conditions will only hold you back. You have to push through discomfort, take risks, and commit to the process, knowing that every day you delay is a missed opportunity to become better. Procrastination is the enemy of progress. It feeds on fear, doubt, and uncertainty, convincing you that you are not ready, not good enough, or not capable of succeeding. But the truth is, you don't have to have all the answers right now. You don't have to know every step of the journey. What you need is the courage to take the first step and the urgency to keep moving forward. The longer you wait, the more opportunities pass you by. But the moment you decide to act, you start building momentum, and momentum leads to progress. The urgency of change is a mindset. It's about recognizing that time is precious, that life is happening now, and that if you want to live the life you've always dreamed of, you need to start making things happen today. The world waits for no one, and neither should you. When you take action with urgency, you align yourself with the flow of life. You stop waiting for things to be perfect and start creating the conditions for success. So ask yourself, how much longer are you willing to wait before you start living the life you deserve? The time to act is now, not tomorrow. Too many people spend their lives dreaming, planning, and hoping for success, yet they never take the necessary steps to make those dreams a reality. The reason is simple: they fail to execute. Ideas, no matter how brilliant, are worthless without action. The gap between where you are and where you want to be is filled with action. Every successful person you admire didn't get to where they are by thinking about their dreams. They took consistent, focused action even when it wasn't easy. Execution is the key that transforms dreams into reality. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of a new goal or idea. You can visualize your success, plan your steps, and get motivated to achieve your dreams. But what happens when the initial excitement fades and you're left with the grind of daily effort? That's when execution matters the most. It's easy to start strong, but it's what you do when motivation wanes that truly determines your success. Most people stop executing when the novelty wears off, when the obstacles arise, or when they face resistance. The successful people, however, are those who keep pushing forward, who keep executing even when it feels difficult or uncertain. The truth is, the first step is often the hardest, but it's also the most important. Once you begin executing, no matter how small the action, momentum starts to build. You begin to gain confidence, and each small victory compounds into larger ones. The key to execution is not waiting for everything to be perfect or for the perfect time to arrive. It's about starting where you are with what you have. It's about taking that first step, even if you're unsure, because action breeds clarity. The more you do, the more you learn. And the more you learn, the better you become at executing your plans. But execution doesn't just happen. It requires discipline and commitment. The road to success is paved with daily actions, even the smallest ones. The successful person doesn't wait for inspiration to strike. They show up every day and put in the work. They understand that it's the act of showing up, consistently executing their plan, that leads them to success. Execution means doing the work even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it, and even when obstacles get in the way. It's the willingness to persist, to keep moving forward no matter the challenges you face. One of the biggest obstacles to execution is perfectionism. Many people get stuck in the planning phase because they want everything to be perfect before they take action. They spend so much time tweaking their plans, researching and preparing that they never actually execute. Perfectionism is the enemy of progress. If you wait for everything to be perfect, you will never take action. You have to embrace the idea that it's okay to start imperfectly. In fact, starting imperfectly is often the best way to learn and improve. The more you execute, the better you will get. And eventually you will be able to refine your actions and strategy to achieve even greater results. Executing your plans isn't always easy, and it often comes with setbacks and challenges, but those who succeed are not those who avoid difficulties. They are the ones who learn how to overcome them. When you face a setback, it's not a signal to quit. It's an opportunity to adjust your approach and keep moving forward. Execution is about learning from your mistakes, staying resilient, and never giving up on your goals. Every obstacle is a lesson, and every failure is an opportunity for growth. In the end, execution is the bridge between your dreams and your success. It's the simple but powerful act of turning your vision into reality through consistent action. It's easy to get lost in the planning and the dreaming, but it's the doing that counts. The time to take action is now, not tomorrow. You will never regret taking that first step, and you will never regret continuing to take action, no matter how small. The only way to fail is to stop executing. Keep moving forward, and success will follow. Many people fail to realize that their future is not determined by the events that happen to them, but by how they respond to those events. Life will never be smooth, and challenges will come at every turn. However, the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not the absence of challenges, but the ability to push through them with resilience. Resilience is the key to unlocking your potential and achieving greatness. It's what enables you to rise above adversity, learn from failure, and keep moving forward despite setbacks. Without resilience, even the most talented individuals will be derailed by the inevitable struggles of life. Resilience is the ability to stay focused on your goals and maintain a positive mindset, even when things aren't going your way. It's the determination to keep going, no matter how many obstacles are placed in your path. Resilient people don't quit when they face challenges. They use those challenges as stepping stones to build strength, improve their skills, and continue pushing forward. They understand that success is not about avoiding hardship, but learning how to navigate it effectively. The world is filled with people who have incredible potential but never reach it because they let challenges break them down. Life will always present hurdles, whether they are financial struggles, health problems, setbacks in business, or personal difficulties. The difference between success and failure often comes down to how you deal with those challenges. The most successful individuals are not those who have faced the least adversity, but those who have learned to overcome adversity with resilience. But resilience is not something you are born with. It is something that you can cultivate. Just like any other skill, resilience can be developed through practice and commitment. The more you face challenges head-on and refuse to be defeated, the stronger your resilience becomes. It starts with developing a mindset that sees obstacles as opportunities for growth, rather than insurmountable barriers. When you face a challenge, you can either choose to let it define you or use it to refine you. Those who succeed choose the latter. Resilience requires a shift in perspective. Instead of focusing on what is going wrong, resilient individuals focus on what they can control. They embrace the idea that they are in charge of their response to life's difficulties. Instead of looking at failure as a reason to give up, they see it as a valuable lesson that will help them improve. They understand that every setback is an opportunity to learn something new, to grow stronger, and to become better prepared for the next challenge. This mindset shift is crucial for developing the resilience necessary to achieve long-term success. In addition to mindset, resilience also requires a strong sense of purpose and commitment. When you have a clear vision of where you want to go and a deep belief in your ability to get there, it's much easier to stay resilient in the face of adversity. Purpose acts as a driving force that keeps you moving forward even when the road gets tough. Without a clear sense of purpose, it's easy to get discouraged or distracted by life's challenges. But when you are clear about your goals and the reasons why they matter to you, you are far more likely to push through difficulties and keep going no matter how hard it gets. Resilience also means being flexible. The path to success is rarely a straight line, and it's often filled with unexpected twists and turns. Being resilient means having the ability to adapt to changing circumstances, to adjust your plans when things don't go as expected, and to stay focused on the bigger picture even when the details don't go according to plan. It means understanding that failure is not the end of the road, but simply a detour that might lead you to a better outcome. Resilient people do not cling to a rigid plan. They understand that success often requires flexibility and adaptability. Another important aspect of resilience is the ability to maintain a positive mindset, even in the face of adversity. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't go your way, but maintaining a positive outlook can make all the difference. Positive thinking doesn't mean ignoring the difficulties you face. It means approaching those difficulties with a belief that you can overcome them. Resilient people focus on solutions rather than problems. They refuse to let negativity, fear, or doubt control their actions. Instead, they stay optimistic and proactive, using their energy to find solutions and keep moving forward. Resilience is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up along the way. It's about maintaining the strength, determination, and focus to keep going, no matter what life throws your way. The world will test you and you will face challenges that may seem insurmountable, but if you can develop resilience, you can turn those challenges into stepping stones toward success. Every time you push through adversity, you build a stronger foundation for your future. Every failure is a lesson learned, and every setback is an opportunity for growth. Resilience is the key to turning your dreams into reality, and the only way to fail is to stop trying. Keep going, keep growing, and never give up. One of the biggest barriers to personal growth and achievement is the inability to adapt. People often get stuck in their ways, relying on what they know and what feels comfortable. However, the world around us is constantly changing, and to truly reach our potential, we must learn to embrace change and develop the ability to adapt. Whether it's a new job, a personal setback, or shifts in the global economy, change is inevitable. Those who succeed are not necessarily the ones who are the smartest or the most talented, but the ones who are willing to learn, grow, and adjust when circumstances demand it. Adaptability is a skill that is built over time and through experience. It's about being open to new ideas, willing to step outside of your comfort zone, and recognizing that change is not something to fear, but something to embrace. In fact, change often leads to opportunities that would never have been possible otherwise. The more you resist change, the more you will limit your potential. But the more you embrace change, the more you open yourself up to growth, innovation, and success. At the core of adaptability is a growth mindset. People with a growth mindset believe that their abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. They do not view challenges as threats, but as opportunities to learn and grow. When faced with new situations or obstacles, they approach them with curiosity and a willingness to adapt their approach. They understand that growth doesn't happen in a straight line. It involves setbacks, mistakes, and constant learning. Those with a fixed mindset, on the other hand, see their abilities as fixed and are much less likely to adapt or try new things. Adaptability also requires resilience. When change comes, it often brings with it a certain level of discomfort. New environments, new people, and new responsibilities can all be intimidating. But resilient people understand that discomfort is part of the process. They don't let fear or uncertainty hold them back. Instead, they push through the discomfort and embrace the challenge. They recognize that in order to grow, they must move past their comfort zones and take risks. The most successful people in life are often those who are not afraid to fail, because they understand that failure is just a stepping stone to success. It's important to note that adaptability isn't just about reacting to change. It's also about being proactive in seeking out change. Those who thrive in any environment are constantly looking for ways to improve themselves and their circumstances. They don't wait for life to force them into change. They actively seek out new opportunities, try new things, and continually work to expand their horizon. This proactive approach to change allows them to stay ahead of the curve, to grow faster, and to continually evolve in a way that ensures they are always improving. One of the greatest advantages of adaptability is the ability to innovate. When you're adaptable, you're more open to new ideas, more willing to experiment, and more capable of coming up with creative solutions to problems. In today's fast-paced world, innovation is often the key to success. Businesses that don't adapt to changing technology, new consumer preferences, and global trends will quickly fall behind. Individuals who don't adapt to changes in their personal lives or careers may find themselves stuck while others move ahead. Adaptable people, however, are always looking for new ways to solve problems, improve processes, and take advantage of new opportunities. They understand that innovation isn't just about making big changes. It's about continuously improving and staying open to new ways of thinking. Adaptability also strengthens relationships. In both personal and professional life, being adaptable means being open to different viewpoints and working with others to find common ground. People who are adaptable are often better at resolving conflicts, finding compromises, and collaborating with others. They are more likely to thrive in diverse environments because they can adjust to different communication styles, work habits, and perspectives. This ability to adapt to others' needs and ideas fosters stronger relationships and leads to better teamwork, whether it's in a family, a workplace, or a social setting. To truly embrace adaptability, you must let go of the need for certainty and control. It's easy to want everything to go according to plan, to have everything mapped out and predictable. But life is unpredictable, and trying to control every outcome can leave you frustrated and stuck. Embracing adaptability means accepting that not everything will go as expected, but trusting that you can adjust, learn, and still succeed no matter what challenges arise. The key to success lies not in how well you can avoid change, but in how well you can adapt to it. The world is constantly evolving, and the ability to adapt is crucial for navigating that change and achieving your goals. The more you embrace change, the more you position yourself to thrive, both personally and professionally. The most successful people are those who are willing to adapt, who understand that growth comes through change, and who are unafraid to step into the unknown. Adaptability is not just a skill, it's a mindset. And with that mindset, there are no limits to what you can achieve. As we come to the end of this journey, remember that the power to change your life lies within your hands. The habits you choose to embrace, the mindset you cultivate, and the actions you take today will shape the life you live tomorrow. Life isn't about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about creating the moments that move you forward no matter the obstacles. You have the ability to rise above your challenges, to adapt, to execute, and to push through with resilience. The road ahead will not always be easy, but if you take these habits to heart and commit to your growth, there is nothing that can stand in your way. Each step you take toward your goals brings you closer to the life you were meant to live. So, don't wait for change to come to you. Be the change. Start today. Take action now and watch how your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. The best version of yourself is just waiting for you to unlock it. Keep going, stay focused, and remember, your future is in your hands. Let's make it count.